Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is ABJ, and in today's video I wanted to share with you 6 things that you can do to stay motivated while doing intermittent fasting. I don't know if this is something that you're doing or considering doing, and if you're having a hard time or if you think you will, I'm hoping that these tips can actually help you because they have helped me significantly doing not just intermittent fasting but with prolonged fasting as well. Alright, so let's just get straight into the video. Sit back, relax. You're going to come along with me throughout my day. I'm going to share all these tips with you. All right, so without further ado, let's get straight to number 1. Tip number 1, have a very, very powerful, motivating reason why you want to do this. And that goes for anything. Whether you want to do the keto diet, you want to do the keto diet plus intermittent fasting, prolonged fasting, some other kind of diet, whatever it is, my opinion, you got to have a very, very powerful reason why. For me, I just got tired of my health deteriorating. You know, I caused a lot of problems with my body over the years by neglecting it and, you know, just gravitating to all the wrong things to improve my mood, to eliminate anxiety. I did all the unhealthy things to do that, which is funny because everything I'm doing now actually has a way better effect on me with stress and anxiety than all the unhealthy things that I was doing. You know, between alcohol, poor food choices, not sleeping properly, the whole 9 yards, you know. But tip number 1, without a shadow of a doubt, is to have a very powerful motivating reason why. That motivating reason for you may be totally different than what mine is. Mine is, I'm like really, really passionate about improving my overall internal health, along with obviously getting a nice body, whatever. But believe it or not, that's not my powerful reason. The powerful reason for me, personally, is internal health. It just so happened to be that one of the byproducts of fixing your internal health will be that your external body ends up looking good along the way. So that's a nice, very nice bonus. You know, so again, have a very, very powerful reason. That will help you when those days come and you really don't, feel like doing it, or you're like, oh my gosh, I can't eat for XYZ amount of hours. How am I supposed to pull this off? That powerful reason, that could be enough. That could be enough to help you get through it. Just constantly reiterating that in your head, back and forth. That should help. Okay? So tip number 1, have a very powerful motivating reason. Okay, so the next bit of advice that I can give you is to learn about all of the benefits of fasting. There are quite a lot, okay? I mean, from decreasing hunger to having more energy throughout the day, to improving your sleep habits, to saving money, to just so many things. There's so many different benefits with intermittent fasting. I strongly recommend you read up on all of them, watch different videos about them, learn more about the benefits of it, because that can also motivate you, to get through your day. All right? So that's tip number 2. Okay, so now for tip number 3 is to make sure that you ease into fasting. A lot of people, they hear about all the benefits of intermittent fasting, and then they just want to go straight into the more advanced versions of it, like fasting for a whole day, or doing a 20 and 4, you fast for 20 hours, eat for 4. I don't recommend that. I will recommend easing into it to get your body adapted to it, physically and also mentally. So what I would say is to start off with the most popular number, and that would be 16 and 8. You fast for 16 hours and you eat for 8 hours. So yeah, that's my third tip, is to ease into it. Don't go in full speed ahead, because if you're not used to it, it's going to be a bit brutal. So if you just get your body used to it, you'll be good to go. All right, so ease into the fast. Okay, so as you just saw, I was just in Aldi's, got a few things that I needed. Love shopping here. This place is very, very affordable. Now you're probably thinking I'm going to say something about like not shopping while you're in the middle of fasting, going to a food store or anything like that. But to be honest with you, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, if you're going to those big supermarkets, they got the bakeries and all that type of stuff. That might kind of hurt it a little bit, especially if you're in a deep fast or something like that. But I needed this stuff anyway for when I do break my fast, so I had to go here, anyhow. But that leads me into what my next tip is, and that is make sure dealing with intermittent fasting. This is one of the best advices I can give, and that is to tie your eating window around your lifestyle. For some people, fasting from 7 p.m. Well, for me, for example, I fast from 7 p.m. at night all the way up to around 2 to 3 p.m. the following day, which will put me anywhere, or technically anywhere between 1 and 3. And that will put me at about 18 to 20 hours of fasting. And then I have a 4-hour eating window, so I'll eat between a 4 to 6 hour eating window. I'll eat anywhere from around 4 to 6 hours, at a time. But for you, that may not work out, especially like if you're doing 16 and 8, especially if you have a busy lifestyle. You're a stay-at-home mom, or you're a nurse, or you're a doctor, or you work in construction. You got to get up real early in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, to head out to a job site or something like that. Best thing you can do is just make sure that your eating window fits your lifestyle and what it is that you do and how you do things throughout the day. And if you do that, you'll find it to be a whole lot more easier. I start eating around mid to late afternoon, stop eating around like early evening hours or something. That's perfect. It makes it so much more easier to stick to doing this too. So yeah, get a good eating window to fit your lifestyle. But what works for me may not work for you. All right, so that's the next tip right there. Okay, now for the next tip, what I recommend for you to do is to make sure, first of all, that you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Okay, how much that is, it's all dependent on many factors. I'm sure you know how much it is that you should drink, but usually the rule of thumb, at least from what I've learned, is to have half your body weight in ounces of water. Like for me, for example, right now I'm around 260, so I would have to get around 130 ounces, which is a tad bit over a gallon of water per day, and more if you're sweating or or anything like that. But it could be different for you, especially if you're taking like medications or you weigh more or whatever. All right, so that's one thing. Now, if you just so happen to be on a keto diet or carnivore diet, the other thing that is very, very important while fasting is to make sure you keep up with your electrolytes, with taking salt, magnesium, potassium. So yeah, just keep up with your electrolytes and drink plenty of water throughout the day. That will help with feeling, keeping your hunger pangs under control. And of course, you're going to need it anyway to stay hydrated as well. Also, another thing I would recommend is to drink apple cider vinegar. I would definitely recommend that, like when you get up in the morning and at certain points throughout the day, during your fast. I would definitely recommend, drinking apple cider vinegar. You can do 1 tablespoon in 8 ounces of water, or do like what I do. I don't know if you saw it this morning. I would take 1 tablespoon in, the Perrier sparkling water. It tastes very, very good. It makes drinking apple cider vinegar a lot more easier. So yeah, basically the bottom line is keep up with water, keep up with electrolytes, and highly, highly recommend apple cider vinegar. That will make you get through your fast very easily. All right, so there's the next tip. Okay, now I'm about to start my kettlebell swings in a moment. If you haven't been following along, I'm working on a challenge right now, doing 10,000 kettlebell swings in a month. And I don't know what day we're on right now. I think we're close to the middle of it all. But they've been going very, very well. If you've been following along, wow. I'll explain more about this like towards the end of this goal, but it works. Anyway, so the next tip that I want to talk about is when it comes to intermittent fasting, one of the things I can tell you is to do not compare your results and your journey with someone else's. You might see somebody like on a Facebook group in their YouTube comments, or wherever, maybe even someone else's video or something like that, and they have had a lot of success with doing this. Just from following like a 16 and 8 intermittent fasting protocol or something like that, and they had great results. They lost like 50 pounds or something like that, and you're not losing anything. It happens, and the reason why it happens is for a myriad of reasons. It could be what it is that you're eating. One of the best diets, if you don't know by now, I've been preaching this since day one, is the keto diet. The keto diet goes hand in hand with intermittent fasting. It works tremendously well with intermittent fasting for a myriad of reasons, but adjust things. That's the great thing about doing this type of diet. It's so easily adjustable. If 16 and 8 is not working, maybe switch to 17 and 3. 17 and 7. 18 and 6, 20 and 4. Maybe completely swapping around your entire eating window. Instead of eating between this time and that time, now eat between this time and that time. Just switching things up, changing things around can help. What it is that you're eating when you're coming out of your fast can also play a part too. If you're doing this type of diet, I do not believe in the whole thing of, if you're doing intermittent fasting, you can come out and eat whatever you want. I don't agree with that. And I also don't agree with the whole a calorie is a calorie thing. Like, you can eat a 500 calorie donut and still lose weight. Yeah, but your internal health is going to be wrecked, doing something like that. So why even do it? I would rather have 500 calories worth of, like a salad with some tuna or salmon or something like that. Just keep adjusting. Keep adjusting the diet if it's not working. If you see that like the scale's not budging, or you keep feeling hungry, or something is off, work on adjusting. That's what this is all about. This type of lifestyle is all about just tweaking and adjusting and seeing what works for you. I've been doing this. I'm living proof of this, and I'm telling you, it works if you just stick to it. That goes back to tip number 1. You have to have a strong motivation, strong motivating reason why, because you're going to have to deal with these types of things. If you really want this, if you really want it, you're going to be doing whatever it is that you have to do. You want to tweak, you're going to do whatever it is that you have to do to make sure you get the goals that you reach your goals. Okay, now what I recommend for my final tip is to, this is actually one of the best things I've ever learned dealing with intermittent fasting, because it helped out significantly, and that would be to ease into when you break your fast. A lot of people, like when they get done, fasting or something like that, they come straight out eating a huge meal. I don't recommend doing that. What I would recommend doing is to ease your way into a fast. Like typically for me, I would have something that will wake my digestive system up, such as like aloe vera juice, sauerkraut, kimchi, something like that. Have something like that first, and then about an hour later, you can go into maybe have like your typical meal, or maybe even have something a little bit more heavier, and then go into your full-blown meal or whatever it is that you're going to end up having. So basically the bottom line is to break your fast slowly. I know you might be really, really hungry at that point, but your digestive system haven't had anything in it for a good amount of time, so you don't want to just start dumping a whole bunch of food in here like right off the bat. So again, my final tip is to just make sure you break your fast gently. I guess is the best way to say it. And you should be good. So bottom line with all of these tips, they have helped me out significantly with being able to stick with intermittent fasting. I've been motivated to go long. I just did a 7-day prolonged fast. I've done a 48-hour fast. So these things have really, really significantly helped me out. I hope they help you out as well. If you have any questions, you have any comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get to you as soon as I can. And if you like this video, please like it, please share it. And if you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I have a lot more content coming out. I'm actually thinking about increasing the frequency of the videos that I put out. I'm been itching to put out more and more and more. I have a lot of ideas, and my head is like swimming with like a ton of things that I want to get out there. But that's it for today. Again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll definitely respond. All right. My name is David J. I thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.